Did you ever have one of those mornings you get up, it's really beautiful out, by the way, but you get up and you're supposed to do something, but everything gets moved back, and you get up super early and you're supposed to do that. Then you go out and decide to do something else to make up for it. I got up too early to do any work, so I thought I'd mess around on my gaming system, get on that. That don't go quite as planned. So I turned that off. Then I decided to go out door dashing because that just became available. So I go out to do DoorDash, and that's not busy. So I'm not making money there. And I'm still waiting for 7:30 to hit so I can run my other job, my main job. Because they want to start late for whatever reason. It is what it is. And then something else goes wrong. And then something else goes wrong. And you know you did everything in your power to do everything right. And to do the best you can. Have you ever had one of those mornings where it just seems like no matter what you do, it just doesn't go right? What do you do about it? The first thing that happened when I got in my car was I heard a song by Switch called Perfection. Like the song. Like the song. It is all about the fact that people are not perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not pointing fingers. We're not perfect. Period. It is what it is. Only God was perfect. Only Jesus was brought on the earth and he was perfect. That's it. So I was frustrated. I was upset. I talked to a couple people. I got a couple dashes. Not much. And then I started my job. And I'm like, I'm running late enough. I'm going to grab another DoorDash while I'm going across town. Got one that went right where I wanted it to go. It was perfect. Wasn't the money I wanted, but don't bother me a bit. So that made me feel better. I'm not busy like I'd like to be, but the number I got and the money I made this morning was enough to make me feel better, knowing the fact that I'm compensating with what I'm doing by making more money, which is always good when you have bills. I'm not hurting, but it helps. Then I looked at how much I'm going to make on the day because I'm going to work my pizza job later. That's going to give me a steady income for so many hours. So I can guarantee that to be a certain amount. And then I'll probably go home and just work on stuff in between. Maybe pick up some more DoorDash. I don't know. I'm trying to really work hard this week. And it wasn't what I was expecting to do when I had a week off from the pizza place. But you know what? It's okay. So there is frustrations. But then I started looking at the grand scheme of things. And my job that's going to give me a certain amount of paycheck is going to have an extra $30 added on because of me doing the DoorDash. That makes me feel good. Then adding on the pizza place, I'm above where I want to be for the week, for the day. For the week, I'm above where I need to be. I'm frustrated, but I'm looking at my total picture. Sometimes that side picture is not where you want it to be or as good as what you would want it to be, but the total picture overall is a lot better than what you think. You got to look at it that way, and that helps. The song that I'm talking about by Switch, which is a Christian group, is actually a song called Perfection. It's not an upbeat one quite like I like. But the song itself is really strong. And it's about and then sometimes on the station I listen to, they give a little background to why the song was written. And the person that wrote it turned around and said, it comes down to the fact that, we're not perfect. And they said it just like I did at the beginning of the video, where you're not perfect and I'm not perfect. And we strive for perfection, but we're not going to reach it. We're going to have our tendencies to fall in the same spot. And it took me forever to figure that one out. Well, I'm struggling in this area, but I don't struggle here and here and here. And I'm trying to figure out why it's easy for me to struggle in area X when Y and Z is not. And it's a fact, there's a number of reasons, but it's the one area where I know I'm going to be tempted. It's the one area where I know it's going to constantly be on my case, to sin. And the reason for that is because when you get tempted, you're not going to be tempted at something that you're naturally going to not be subject to. For example, and I go back to myself on a lot of these cases because I'm learning too, just like everybody else. And I'm trying to share I'm trying to share stuff that I've learned through life. And being able to talk sometimes is exactly that. I'm learning how to talk sometimes. I'm like a little kid. I don't know how to say things. But no, seriously, seriously though, the little things that you can learn make a huge difference. And the reason why I say that is because, if I'm going to sin, it is going to be a sin that I'm really tempted at. So in other words, where I was going with all this, until I got sidetracked, which is not much for me to do sometimes, is the fact that smoking to me is a sin. It hurts my body. It's bad for me. God said anything that your body is tempted on, get away from it. If it's bad for your body's a temple, if it's bad for you, you shouldn't do it. Now, I know people have gotten into smoking and some have tried to quit and some just say, I don't care. It's your body. I get it. It's an addiction. You're not a bad person because you smoke. Maybe you got into it because you like it. Maybe it's peer pressure and you can't get out of it. Whatever the case, I'm not condoning you for something that your body naturally should not have in it. And I'm not putting you down for it. And maybe the way I said it makes it sound that way. But, everybody has their vices. That's a good word. That's the word I was looking for, is vice. Everybody has their little vices of things they like to do. There's not really a problem with drinking, but if you go to get drunk, that's when it gets bad. But I'm not saying that I agree with drinking. But, okay, this video is getting kind of crazy. But, okay, so the point I'm getting at is I know I'm a very addictive person. If I start letting myself get caught up in something like alcohol, I'm going to be addicted to it. If I get addicted to it, I'm going to drink it nonstop, want it nonstop, get hangovers, get sick, and it's going to be bad for my body because my liver's not going to like it. And I know I'm the kind of person that if I got started on it and got to the point where I liked it, I'd want it all the time. I'm that way with pop. So I don't like the taste of alcohol, but I know you can always get over that. I don't want to, so I don't try it. I also know I can get addicted to stuff very easily, so I know I'm not going to be tempted with alcohol because I don't want to let myself get past the taste of it, which is really hard for me to do because I'm very taste sensitive. I'm way off subject. So I'm just going to end this video and say forget it.